very quick say, since this is my second attempt of doing this video. The first attempt, KSP decided to crash on me. So this is my second attempt. Hopefully this goes a bit better. When 13 minutes into the video, and it takes like half an hour to load KSP. You know how terrible that is for me. But that 30 minutes was because I was checking in what we need in the R&D center, and I can see that same glitch we had last time has happened again with the buildings are for some reason inside the ground. I really don't know this glitch. Why does it keep happening? Even when I loaded the start of episode 2, the same thing happened in episode 2. And I'm actually recording this is still in 2023. It's about 31st. So now all my next videos will be recorded in 2024. So how is that? I'm recording this in New Year's Eve to just make sure that I have something fun to do. Since normal life is quite boring, I would say. So these videos are quite fun to make so short. So let's go and mission control here, and let me just try and replicate what I've done. So let's go back in here. Part testing. We got 9 offer part testing contract. I've already accepted this contract. Or these ones which say AJ1037 engine. Let's not do this. I don't want to have some stuff which I can't use. I want to only have stuff. Thumper, suborbitals, I can't use this. I can actually do this, but I won't use it now since it won't work with me. So this is 7 engine is the only one. We really would want some one with the free engine. Also reject this request. You could see that in this thumper. S3 engine as well. Yeah, I have to keep doing the same thing for quite some time. But this is also going to be the first time I'm going to the administration building in the series. Just one thing, unpaid research program, hands-on science. I want to use all my reputation gains. Actually, also I would say what I'm going to say is unpaid research program. It's going to. I don't want it to do all of this now, because I think there will be better ideas later on when I get to about 60% commitment and I'll take lots of my reputation gains. Gone. Also, in the astronaut complex, you may see another thing. I wanted to change a bit of stuff at the beginning of this episode. Gem never looks that good for me, so we'll just change this color and texture replacer to something I like the look better. Bill looks quite good. Bob is same but well. Also quite good look. But when I'm going to hire anyone new, I only want about, I remember me doing this calculation yesterday. Not yesterday, but some time ago, day before yesterday, I remember doing it in 29th when I recorded my other video. That we require, first we require 38 science in total, minus the 16 we already have. So you know that. So 38 minus 16 equals to 22. So 22 science more we need. We already have 0.3 science, but I don't think that's going to help us. Also, I'm going to have only work for 4 days now. My engineers know what they're doing and only take 4 days to make each of us sounding rockets. And as you can see, I accidentally worked about 5 days. And also another thing I have to change in my settings. Difficulty option, you can see this, right? I As you can see, I'm not going to allow reverting of flights. I want to allow the loading in case of the crack and yes, I'm not a crack and slayer, that's why. I don't know why this is the case, but every time I do such a thing, it removes the shadows from every building. So you have to tolerate it for about this small section. Now we have to load a sounding rocket and fly it again for the third time. And I'm sure test flight won't irritate us this launch. Will it? We have to find out this. I'm doing live commentary as you know. I don't know how do people do. However, people mostly default not to do live commentary, but I'm doing like what sandbox users do. Like for example, spaceship. He most of the time does live commentary. Or best example, Neptunian guy, same thing. So yeah, we're in more of like the universe sandbox ways of like commentary and making videos and not all that. I did actually make some universe sandbox videos back in the day. And I say universe sandbox, I mean universe sandbox today is an original universe sandbox, but I never used it. And how is that? We actually completed our other mission just because of luck, I would say. Because for some reason now the parachute is unavailable. And I don't think of like using a modern parachute. So yeah, how is that? Like, I know I could like do some weird janky thing like this, but I don't want that old janky stuff. And that's why even I turned off remote to launch. Also got this thing over here, these N-wrap test beds, but I'm never gonna use those unless they're like for vehicle assembly building, not in at all for launching. Also, you can see my current reliability stats. I've flown this booster twice this engine, and this engine has been on all of my launches. That's mine. That means that we have flown this 4 times. Let's launch. So yeah, we are going to see lots of sounding rocket launches this episode. Due to I want to just get everything unlocked from the first orbital rocket, which you will see next episode. Or this one will be released on the 5th. So the 24th of July, 2024 will be your first time. And you will see that. I guess I think it was 2023, but not. It's the new year. And I have so much trouble thinking it's a new year or what. Ignore my past videos which are not about space. Only you watch the videos about space of mine. Me 10 years in the future will be like, why did I make this video and it's gone so hard when I don't have this to do that. Yes, but anyway, I want to just say it to drag up the runtime. Like, I don't know how many minutes in, but quickly I'm already struggling to make my commentary. And as you can see, let's launch. I wonder. Yeah. I was also on holiday when I would have been premiering this video. Hey, earlier. There you go, launch. Yeah, I'll not make some cinematics like this on just sounding rockets. Now just there's nothing good to talk about on this one. So now time to wait till our booster out of fuel and quickly separate. And what do you see it? The next stage is ignited. I told you that there would be no failures. I mean, I was kind of hoping that there would be no way. But I'm going to keep it a secret. I really don't like sometimes these engine failures. I mean, that's why I allow quick saves. Could I actually did? Because KSP crashes sometimes quite a lot. So time now we have burned out all of the fuel from from that might SRB. You can see we are getting quite a lot of science. Past that 18 science we need to develop the technode, and we are also completing the radiation scan. After it is complete, I am going to pop back to the space center. And well, there is actually one more like time when I'm going to launch this sounding rocket, and there is going to be a improved version of it. It is not like our NASA's Global gets a real series and you only need money to make its Prometheus rockets. In this case, I only need science. I got way too much bucks. I mean, I would rather don't have these many and had more science instead. Like I want to say, the first launch contract, if you have got an engine failure, like right even before you could even get off the pad, that means you are in trouble because first launch contract only will give you 1,000 and it won't incorporate all of that. But I know the first launch contract is very rarely you will have an engine failure which will not allow you to complete it. Also, I'm going to keep using a part testing contracts as our main thing. And why does it keep giving me useless ones? I mean, they have like one which I'm going to allow myself to do. You can see this. Okay, as you can see, test swivel engine is all that I'm going to be able to do. And now you can see we got 19 science. That gives me the ability to take a new technology. General rocketry is what we need to get into orbit. But stability is one that we need for our booster decouplers. Yeah, I want to really need this part, this part, maybe if I want a might booster, and these winglets. But especially I'm going to use that aerodynamic booster now to make this rocket less janky looking. Or do I want to take survivability? I mean, I could have taken it at the start, but no, let's not take survivability. I will do this after my first satellite. This is the survivability. Pro but yeah, let's do this. I was just now saying that we need to wait another 4 days. Don't make noise, I'm making a video. I'm making a video. I'm making a video! You're going to fight that I'm making a video and they're asking me to do what we something and I'm like, no. Now let's wait to day 17. No, let's wait to day 18. Sounding rocket. Yeah, nothing but a lot of sounding rockets. I very rarely like to go this route. I just like to brute force my attempts at whatever tech I have to like do these few contracts. But no, let's not try to brute force anything. There's no rush anyway in this case, right? And also I anyway don't have reverting flights as an option. That's one part which I was really like looking forward to. That is one service adapter. And you may be like, why am I wanting to just take a small adapter? That's not even a, I mean that is more like a payload bay for parachute, but I have a plan. That's all I have a plan. Using that part in a bit of a janky manner, because there is one small good feature it has. It is a lateral connector from 1.25 meters to 0.25 meters. So sounding rockets don't look anymore that janky. The problem is it's not income. And And we already have fairy which will allow myself to use all of these techniques. And I'm going to not change this free booster entirely. And instead, check with add a liquid stage. Let's do a mod filter from janitors closest. This is going to be my first guided rocket, which is not fully unguided. First stage is going to be guided, second stage unguided. Maybe 5,000 bucks could not be a good cost for that. Let's remove this and change that engine basically because it's swivel. And this is just to improve reliability. And wait a second. Yeah? I'm getting a bit confused. The swivel has infinite reliability. We'll have to see if we get a failure. So I'm making a video. Also, I think this thermometer is going to now be useless, so we can remove it and replace it with something else. Configure and experiment of the Geiger counter. Light is useless. Telemetry report. Telemetry report also can be useful. Actually, no, I think I will risk it and see if we can get to the upper atmosphere with this. Yeah, it should be like this, I would say. That's what I recommend. The problem is more like a ferry instead. Let's have an idea. But janky of an idea. I know I want to use the offset tool for this, but okay. In this situation. So I go to. No, I can't. Actually, I think I'll just go with the normal or the way it was the normal. I really like these procedural parts are like a maximum, which is really irritating, I would say. That's why I will very rarely use procedural parts during the series and just like add more and more and stack fuel tanks instead. I mean, our flame booster is quite reliable. The part that is not that reliable. I won't actually just simulate like failures. When I say simulate, I mean, you know what I mean by that. Where I just manually shut down the engine randomly, they can like one in this much chance and not start it again like test flight does. I mean, I know we can guide it, but when I say guidable rocket, we are going to require a bigger fins on this first stage. And this first stage can actually be a bit like a replica of the second stage of my orbital rocket. Yeah. Yes, we are not going to be using a Terrier engine. You actually the smaller version of that because it's going to be two boosters, one central core. Kind of like NASA's Odyssey rocket, but without that upper stage in which can still get to orbit. Two Reliance, one swivel rocket to orbit, and also I will actually have a option which I use sometimes for a small swivel carrier upper stage with geostationary satellites. Let's launch. I'm sure that we will have some time at least a failure with something causing an entire problem since when I was recording my previous attempt. Literally, first launch failure. I was just really trying to mimic that, but no, this time success. I mean, we got so much science. Now we require 20 science in total. Starting with only one science. Yeah, Quite hopeful that this works. I mean, you can have a telemetry experiment as well, not add extra parts. Just like putting them into your avionics go like this Sputnik is a better idea. Let me close this window. Let's close FMRS. I hate that word. Also, it's a run test. And we have activated the engine. We also completed a contract for the first time, giving us free science. How is that? Now you know why I like to sometimes do some. Sometimes part testing contracts can be more useful if you have the mod called test flight failing your engines. But I would say this was not ideal. And I did not create a quick save for this. Luckily, you could see the fact that it did do that could help because now you can see me getting it under control with the swivel engine and then seeing how much control we can get. This rocket is not working. Now you can see sometimes big tail fins does not always help. So that's why now you make sure that you don't always have big tail fins. But whatever, I was like, whatever, let's see if this can get even anyway. I know this can't even get to space. So I decided to find the stage just so we could get some telemetry experiments from lower atmosphere. Not telemetry radiation scan from the lower atmosphere. Still, this is not ideal. Mission is a failure. I mean, I was thinking that we would have a failure, but not in this way. Not because of KSP's terrible aerodynamics model. But that actually makes me think. Using a procedural tank would have actually sorted this problem out. And we could have made like a way better thing. But I would say, what I'm going to do is just like make sure that I'm going to just immediately launch one after this. Because I would say this is terrible thing. Like, yeah, aerodynamics. Like, FKSP never simulated aerodynamics and you could make space shuttles still, but it did not simulate it if it like saw if that's around. There's a rocket engine and there is like a rocket propo and everything is like rocket factor, like it knew what you're trying to do and did not simulate aerodynamics at that point. It would be good, quite good also, and you would require far to make a better engine model. A Ferrum Aerospace research would have removed all chance of any science from that mission. Because the rocket would not have toppled over and it would have just worked. Safe and sound. It says, and I'm like, really safe and sound? Are you sure? This literally is a rocket that is crashed. Let's go to now better stuff in hand because let me just make sure. Yeah, first I'd like to break the sound barrier. Break the sound barrier is still not being now but keep pushing it back. Now let me just like use some of my actual one idea I want. Check it. I think your procedure part could be useful, but really, I hate the limit. I would recommend it. There would be a mod like it's like mimics procedural parts, works and texture replacer like procedural parts, but just remove all of those useless limits like RO, realism overhaul is a good example. It removes any limits on sizes or parts if they are procedural even. Yeah, I mean, procedural parts are made for RO and then just like got put into the stock ASP. That could be. That's like the downside of mods which are not made for the version, and then are starting to be made up. So let me check. If I need Yeah, we have 5 inks now. And now I want to actually test in simulation. Hopefully sim cost isn't an issue. It's really where all the money that people. I know my first online rocket will not even cost like 10,000. Very rarely they cost about 10,000. Like very late KP you can get about like 100,000 cost. Like all of most of your money is just like buffer spare money. Like best example I can give is like if you fail a contract for example and couldn't meet its deadline. I mean I'm quite surprised that we were able to fly liquid fuel rockets so early in this year. But really if that is absolutely like kind of sim cost, that's not good. Make sure there would be no sim cost. Whatever. Let's quickly do this mission and see simulation. Oh yeah, when this thing like okay, it was way better and I'm wasting quite a lot of funds. Separation, okay. Now when after separation I know this would work. So terminate simulation. I mean first launch even like a first launch because it performance loss in that might as a be only reached like the height where our first stage could send this entire rocket to. And only with just a few hundred meters, like not even 100 meters or 200 meters to say kick. I mean, the altitude kick is all that you need, not the speed kick. I know the speed kick is also what you need if you're in orbital rockets, suborbital rockets, you want an altitude. Okay. And I think we are ready to launch. 7,000 tons. What's the cause of this? I don't know what's wrong today. Let me actually check in sciences. We may have a useful part we can add on. For the mystery goo containment unit, we can add on 2 of those just to help. Also, just to make sure aerodynamics is again not a problem, what I'm going to do is shift this inside a bit, turn it on. Let's say, is mystery goo very good? Oh, it's a sample. Then we can't use mystery goo. Yeah, I don't want any samples, I require data. I think we'll have a thermometer finally again on this rocket, these rockets, and a barometer. Barometer just finger in the atmosphere. Thermometer also to be. It's quite silly that we are never removing the radiation scan. I mean, this might as well will be kind of useless when we get to orbital rockets, but it's good for sounding rockets. I mean, I have never seen any situation where I'm never using this might SRB in a single time for sounding rockets and when I don't have like for crew or one of those mods like that. Yeah, I very rarely use the might SRB. Very rarely don't use ions. And you might be like, why did you straight launch it out again like skipping like 100 days? Because that previous launch that should not have failed. Even looking at like real life rockets of very aerospace research could have sorted this out. It would not have failed. way more unrealistic in its aerodynamic model than realism overhaul, to be honest. And it's way easier in realism overhaul to make. Wait a second. I have got a bit of an idea. There is a small feature you made from a small mod is where you made it. There's this mod called atmospheric autopilot. I'm going to click P and you can see it has this feature called standby wire, and that is way better than SAS. But I like using SAS and then like use standby wire after some. We soon want to run out of fuel in this first kick stage and then fire on next stage. The user pressure scan, I think I'll start flying up. I'll make a explain and look. Would you look at that? Test flight, you are in pain. Failed to ignite. That's really quite irritating. The barometer was there. Like, this has reached not even in barely into space. This has just failed. But let's get as much science as we can. You must get all the science you can, even if for failed rockets like this one. Let's try this mission again. Yeah, this time not having best of luck with our launches. Basically, every time stuff is failing. I think next one could be one that will restore, like, I don't know, faith in the space program where everyone will be still like, okay, they still know how to make rockets. Like, our first two episodes are quite good, but this episode, failure upon failure, maybe what I'll call this. I'll now start hiding the thing. Like, only like a UI. But our first launch has been a failure. No, the first launch had been a success. But when we started using liquid fuel engines, everything has been failing. And we're only getting very little science. But I'm going to get it out. I would only end this episode after we get enough science. I would just time wrap another bunch of days. I think 6 days I decided to go with since, you know, right. That takes very little time now to make these sounding rockets. We started with 15 days for any like less janky one, and now these more janky ones take less time. Probably because the engineers are now doing way better what they are doing and how to make rockets. For a 6 days only. Like next episode, where we may just have one more sounding rocket launch, and then we will be on orbital rockets. Yeah, that's the goal next episode. I'm really going to try and get all the science that we can this episode. Like, I want at least one successful launch of the 4 rocket. Yeah, I'll call it 4. And I want to be quite uninventive with names of these sounding rockets, but then because I very rarely use them or I never see my videos, so I don't care. Also, another thing I'm going to be removing. And I want to make sure that this is a data and not a sample. Okay, we only get flying low and flying high science. Snare, placement, barometer, we don't need it. Another day. R&D. I want to tell you that these missions are kind of a bit of a failure recently. And so I want to just upgrade this rocket slightly. We have got a better antenna. The problem I would require to clip it. We are going to use the quartz antennas. These antennas sort of for satellites. They'll make it look a bit better like Sputnik or Sputnik. Even though I know that's not his part, I want somewhat realism in this series since I don't want it to be absolutely unrealistic. So we kind of make the satellites look a bit like real life satellites in the first, but we'll try and make an iconic satellite, but whatever, no need for any upgrades. Oh, same. And launch. I mean, these rockets, I mean, the might booster. I mean, I told I will have some problems with test flight. Now this time we won't, hopefully. I'll make sure that the G-force indicators work possible. Really, I've been having not the best of luck. I mean, worst of luck with these rockets. The four series of rockets. Two of them have failed. Let's regain. Let's again get confidence in it. And we should have enabled test flight in that trash simulation. Just to show you how horribly it would have went. Like maybe way later on in the series, I may remove test flight, but I'll keep it on because um, way later, way late career or even science mode or sandbox mode all the time, you will keep having engine failures. Since in career mode you have some problems. And everyone, can you be quiet? You can see all this background noise. I cannot do anything now. Quite fed up of this background noise. Let's not get going. Now let's launch. Listen, let's go. Let's do this. I'm kind of also not liking like this. No, headmaster. A spacecraft is okay. Okay, whatever. I can't get out here. Launch. I mean, now the goal of this mission is to get science. Yeah, we are not having the best of luck with launches quite recently now in the series. Yeah, this is more realistic where like the G forces will get extreme by the end of the war. And ignite. And again, this is going to make me quite fed up. At least this time we are going quite higher than it before. So we are not going to get any science. Wait a we are getting some science. By what? Temperature scan. Oh, radiation scan was not completed it of the upper atmosphere. But really, are we going to make upper atmosphere sounding rockets? I don't know, but you know I'm getting so many errors which is irritating me now. I'm kind of fed up of these many problems. I want to now just return to vehicle assembly and make another one. All of these failures really test flight is an absolute pain. And now I think that confidence is also going in this program of the four rockets. I really think this was four stage is not being that good. Now only solid rocket motors and kick motors after we complete and get the 20 science that we so desperately need. Like really. This is not funny now. I know some of the stuff which I'll never use. I have one small trick. Launch it again. I'm now getting quite fed up of these failures. So you can just see me just reverting, not reverting, but just returning to VAB and launching without caring about my global construction time sort of mimic. Yeah, if global construction time had worked, I would have probably just been stuck with that and had so many of my launches fail. I can't revert to VAB with that mod even. Anyway, I'm not disabling reverting of flights, so yeah, but whatever. The global construction time, reverting to VAB. Absolutely useless. You will lose so much time. So yes, we think that it's only been like 30 or 20 seconds from reverting. Now, right after you launch it, like it will be 1 second, it will revert back. Send you in the VAB and remove the rocket and like in year to build. Like for example, that's the problem with public construction time. And with my construction time method, doesn't matter. I can just head over to be able to like think like it's rolled back and they're doing all of that. You can't do that. For the construction time. Yes, and enough global construction times in this small area. Let's now hopefully finally return something to space. This has been too many launches have failed. Really, I think so. This area has been full of failures till now. This rocket is quite terrible. And check my failure chance on this engine. Okay, I have to wait for all of this failure chance to go. Yeah, I think I'm fire. And the booster has ignited successfully. Finally, this is the case. Really, we have had too many failures on this episode that it's now even getting quite funny. I will call it. I will show this thing in space by thumbnail, but yeah, this has been more of failures. It's not the best time. Okay, day 18 is yeah, March. February, March. March is not looking to be the best time, and February as well. So let me now take a screenshot. This is space stars or whatever. Let's make a screenshot at apogee. I think I'll take two screenshots of my thumbnail options. One this and then one while it's blowing up in the atmosphere. I know that's not the cause of all our failures, but just to make it clean. And we got 4.5 science finally after 21 time. We got even a single amount of little bit of science. I'll now try and see if we have any good part testing contracts. I am not sure if we do. I think like now when the flames start coming is when I'll okay. Here you go. Yes, lots of fire flames. Let's also take this as the case. Wow, look at the picture. I know this is not been the cause of all. And you can see stuff burning up. Also, I think so. This rocket will burn up on atmospheric entry this time. And I don't really had anything burn up because of atmospheric entry. But this is the first time we've had that. And we got quite a lot of science, but for the loss of so much cost. Like, yeah, we lost so many co-bucks because of this string of failures. I would basically call it like I know Bloody Penguin calls in from his global ultimate history, his version of like OKB1 Kaputnik, and I would have to call mine Kaputnik because we have had such a string of failures. Kind of nothing good happened. But I'll still not give up even because of failures. But I think I'll end the video here and we have lots. No, let's continue this. I know this is the longest video I've ever made. Basically, it will be so there's 4:20 right now, and it was like also 3:15 I saw. Oh, that was because that was me just telling myself. Yeah. No, it's not that going to be like it's going to be about an hour. This debris splashed down under the KSC, no? Now let's go into mission control, go into available. And just pick up some contract. TD-12 decoupled flight over turbine. We can do it now when we are doing an orbital rocket. So I will accept that. This I don't even think is possible. This is an X-5 engine can't work. I mean, you know what is the AJ 1027? I don't think there's any good contracts. We have to get our science by ourselves. That means going into the VAB. I mean, I would say let's just skip on these ones since I know we are two failures due to test flight. I think yeah, we had two failures due to test flight and one due to case-based aerodynamics. So just like one of these three opportunities I've used to just not care about my idea, but now we only have two more, and I think I'll use these wisely and get. Now we are really trying to get on with science. I don't care if it's the biggest episode ever, but if we can't complete radiation scans, now we have already completed that. Light is all that we have to do remaining. So what I want to do, yeah, there's a small thing I really would want to do. Configure and manage space global. Yes, space completed. Light is now what I will do. Now we gonna read 10-second experiments. Not that good of a thing, I would say. None. Telemetry report, I would say, well, let's try that. And then, yeah, wait. Also, we can turn this off. And I really think this rocket is not going to pay off for itself. Removing that stage and just making an old classic fully booster. You can see me like finding like the free booster, realizing that with enchant those closest exist. Yeah. And then I was like, wait a second, I don't want to use the might booster anymore. Yeah, I will later. I want to use the shrimps. More reliable and have more thrust. Is better in the for a sounding rocket. I will put a free booster under that. I made sure to check the center of mass and aerodynamic overlay. Seeing that these fins are causing some problems. I want these fins here. Looks like. I think I'll just take the bigger fins. 2000 meters per second is not a bad thing from like an upper stage of a sounding rocket. Add the hammer booster. Yeah, we are getting quite a good sounding rocket. We are trying to make here. Yeah, these are two engines that I never used before. This will be the first launch in this. Wouldn't be the first launch in the series. It doesn't require the might booster. It's quite obsolete now. It also got quite a lot of legacy flight data. That's nice. And let's launch. And this is going to use another one of my opportunities. I also got some Tim Tams and cookies to eat, so I'll eat them while it's floating. I think I ended the episode if only if we even have the chance to succeed. I mean, lots of our rockets are failing. I really think we need orbital rockets when they will stop failing. Since the swivel engine has no chance of failure. going to. And as you can see, fire the hammer booster. I'm going to use fly by wire now. I mean, also my missions are quite science collected missions. Like what you do in RP to, but of course, stand by wire could not even tolerate this stuff. It's going nowhere. Yeah, you go, auntie. I just give myself loads of extra science. I just cheat myself like 10 science extra because I don't want this video to like run on forever. And if KSP's aerodynamics was a bit better, I would have got basically quite a lot. Not 10, but a lot. Since I remember that I can actually do it. So yeah.
We'll have this on the video.
Please be quiet and making a video. Yeah, you have to keep shouting because they all are not understanding that I'm making a video. And I want them like when the first time when they have irritated me by coming and asking, and I'm like, it's a video, come on now, I don't want disturbance. They are going to get some good punishment now. I am going to just go into the Alt F12 menu and just keep in science since I really don't want this video to drag a bit too much. Here we go. So I got enough science now. And now next episode will be quite a short one compared to this, but big one milestone wise. First orbit will be achieved. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give like and share it with your friends. Subscribe. No, let me tell you after this is finished doing it. Hopefully it doesn't crash, and if it does, I will lose a bit of progress. Subscribe.